Hi everyone, this is Phoenix. Welcome back to our garage tour. We're here looking at the combines and harvesters um, that are in the base garage, the shop for Farming Simulator 17. There's quite a few that have returned from the previous game, FS15. It'd be interesting to see what the modders come out with as well for this game. To start off the list, as you can see, we've got the Commia uh, here. Now, I think everyone's sort of a little sick of this combine because it was the default combine for Bjornholm and Westbridge Hills FS15. They did change out the starting combine for Sosnova when it was released in the DLC, but to be honest, I didn't like that combine either. Uh, Fair enough though, they are only the starting units, so they're not meant to be the best, but still, it is good to see them return, but very reflective as well. Interesting. Now I haven't got the headers here because basically they're exactly the same for those that are returning, and very similar for the new ones. Second off is the Case International big boxy combine. This is actually the combine that we start this app with, uh, Goldcrest Valley. It's actually the starting combine. I believe it's also the starting combine for the remake of Sosnova that also came with FS17s. So yes, so we'll be using that combine a lot. The only weird thing about having the case as the default combine, I can't see Commia having any use whatsoever, personally, unless it's probably on a small British farm maybe, or small size fields I should say. But we'll see what comes out with some of the custom maps. Might be good use for it. Here we have the New Holland TC590, also from FS15. This was the next upgrade. It's basically was always my first target was to get this in the maps. Moving on is Massey Ferguson. Um, Jumped in the New Holland by accident. Here we have the Massey Ferguson. They had interesting that they had no combines in FS15. A little bit disappointed by that, but it's good to see them here and certainly representing FS17 after going through the tractors as well. So should be a nice addition. So that's the smallest Massey Ferguson. There is a couple. I can't remember the work. I think it's only like a 6 meter header that goes with this one, which is about 17 or 18 feet. I can never remember the name. These Across. Yes, now the Across, that was the default combine for Sosnova back in the DLC. Did not like it. Main reason I didn't like it was the god awful turning circle on this combine. Yeah, I just did not like it. It was like turning a barge, um, which was disappointing. I was quite looking forward to the new combines in that DLC, but good to see it has returned. Case 7130, which was Case's smallest combine, if I remember correctly, from FS15. Uh, yeah, I was also a bit of. This was obviously the second combine upgrade that I always went for, so I started with the T5, move up to the Case, and then I went to the big Case or New Holland, which we'll get to in a moment because they have both returned. So it's good to see these combines returning. Tyrum 760. I honestly never even used this combine in FS15. Probably won't use it in FS17 much. Certainly will use it at least once. My aim for this expansion for this for FS17 is to use all of the equipment at least once and get a feel for it before I just judge it. But going off my dislikes for the Across, this one is probably going to be thrown in the same batch. Here we have cases 9230. I believe this is the biggest case. Yes, it is. This is the bigger case that's returning from FS15. I believe it's got a 13.7 meter header that accompanies it, but has a lower capacity than the New Holland. From from memory, it's only about a 12.3k capacity, whereas the New Holland is 14,500. So, and moving on, we have the big Massey Ferguson now. This Massey Ferguson, although it is the second most expensive, the header on it is actually a full metre shorter than the New Holland, and the case, its capacity is very similar to that of the case, but yeah, the header is actually only, I believe, 12.5 meters. Could be wrong. Whereas the case and the New Holland, 13.7. I don't. What's the horsepower difference? Where are we? The kilowatts. Okay, so it's not quite as powerful as the case. It looks like it's got a higher speed as far as max speed, and it holds a little bit more. So very similar price. So there's not much in it. Other than that, and obviously, yeah, the New Holland goes a lot faster. So it's definitely the cream of the crop there, the VR10, which we're about to see. So here it is, which is yes, the flagship from New Holland, returning from FS15. Certainly my preferred combine. I like the bigger gear, just well speed, high capacity, so forth. Certainly my preferred unit. Now I've put this header here. It's one of two headers that I've actually got here on display. The reason I have this one here is because, well, it's designed for to be hooked onto the front of a tractor with a trailer, which is you're probably the first unit we'll use for chaff, for getting that silage going. It's only a 2.2 meter working width, which means we will not be using it long if we do use it. But I just thought it would be good to have on display, things it is returning from FS15 as well. And here we have the 3 forage harvesters. So this one, Fossil Mash, is returning as well, RSM. Very similar to my dislike with the A-Cross. Didn't like the turning circle on it, but it wasn't terrible. It's still a short, similar wheelbase to the others, to the Krone, and the New Holland. So very similar. Not a huge fan of the brand, to be honest, but like I said, we'll give it all a go. We have the Krone. Interesting fact, I believe Krone do not have the bigger header, which I thought was very interesting. The CR10, the FR850 from New Holland actually has the bigger header. It's 9 meters. The Krone is only 6, which I thought was rather interesting when I first saw that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure what the point of. Oh, it's actually a corn harvester. Maybe. It's poplar. I think they're poplars. Yeah, I haven't looked at the new crops yet. There is 3 or 4 new crops with FS17, which is nice to see. I was always a fan of the multi-fruit mods for FS15, so it's good to see that Giants have incorporated them to the base game. No longer need a mod for it. And here we have the, I think it's the CR850 from memory, also returning from FS15. It's good to see. I do like the New Holland is king in both combines. So interesting to see once again what the modders come up with FS17. This is the second header that I've got on display. The reason being is this header is the only header that is dedicated to one product, apart from obviously sugar beets and potatoes, but this is only for sunflower, which I thought was very interesting because sunflower can actually be harvested with any corn header. So I don't really understand the point of this, but unless you're a dedicated sunflower farmer, but yeah, I thought that was quite interesting that it was there. Like I said, we'll give it a go, but I am skeptical, purely simply because, well, we're going to have to harvest corn for pigs, so there's no point having a header that only does sunflower when you can get one that I believe has the same width as a corn one. So Yes, this is sunflower only, 5.7 meter. We can get one for 1,000 more, made by the same brand, and it can do both sunflower and corn. It's a 6 meter working width. Okay, it can go faster by the looks when it's working. That's probably the only attraction to it, is it can actually go half as fast again while harvesting. So it might be of some attraction, but for me personally, when you're starting out the game with these lower working widths, I'm personally going to go with the 6 meter because I can't afford to pay for. We can't afford to pay for both headers early on, so probably going to play with that. So this won't see a lot of use. That rounds out the new combines, well, not just the new ones, but the returning ones as well. I do believe none of the combine. Oh no, I tell a lie. Okay, so you can get the crawler tracks for. Okay, I didn't actually go into all of them, but there's not many of the combines you can actually have a modification to when you buy it. Looks like it's only the case as far as putting the crawler tracks on, which would be a nice touch. I like the crawler tracks on the back, which is what the New Holland, on the front. New Holland have them on the front, so I might actually buy that. I assume front twin wheels crawler track. Okay, got the crawler track. I reckon that's better traction. I can't buy it, but that's all good. But yes, so I would assume it's exactly the same as what New Holland have here on the front, but for the axle flow. So that's the massive thing. Sorry for the axle flow over here. So that rounds out the new headers and new combines and forage harvesters. Currently on offer for FS17 until the modders get up to speed with the game. So probably got a couple of weeks before they get up to par as far as functionality. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember to tune in for the next video.